But first, we're learning some details involving the ICE raids in Newark, New Jersey, as raids are carried out in cities and states across the country. We're going to have an update on that. Welcome to the Noon on this Friday. Bianca Peters. Federal immigration agents detained several workers at a fish market on Adams Street. This happened yesterday afternoon. Now, Newark's Mayor Baraka has spoken out condemning this incident. And of course, Fox 5's Stephanie Bertini joins us live from Newark now on this developing story where the mayor is now holding a press conference just to give the latest on this operation. So, Stephanie, what do you know at this hour?
Bianca, I just walked outside from that press conference still happening inside City Hall. There's immigration advocates inside a packed room along with the mayor of Newark. We're hearing a lot of outrage. The mayor coming out and essentially calling what happened yesterday at that seafood depot in Newark un-American. The mayor said that as he spoke out about the raids, and his problem with it, to be clear, is he says this happened without a warrant. He said he's already been hearing a lot of pushback. I want you to listen to the calls and messages the mayor says he's gotten since this happened yesterday.
I've got a series of phone calls and emails that were not too nice. One of them says, oh, you're not going to stand idly by. These are dangerous rapists and murderers that the liberals in this country have protected far too long. You want to defy the federal government? F around and find out what will happen, you little whatever. The problem with this is that none of these people were rapists or murderers or criminals. The problem with it is that ICE went in there without a warrant.
We're hearing immigration advocates say this afternoon that people are now downright terrified after what they saw happen in Newark yesterday. They say the Ocean Seafood Depot in Newark on Adams Street was targeted by ICE agents yesterday morning. It was around 11:30, so right before noon. And after that raid, which the mayor said was executed without a warrant, people were detained, including undocumented immigrants and a military veteran. According to the mayor, who was clearly upset, he said that veteran was questioned about the legitimacy of his military documents. It's a business as usual today at the Seafood Depot, but clearly the mood has shifted. We heard from one employee this morning as she was on her way to work. She told us she works in the warehouse. Here's what she had to say about what she's feeling. She says she was there when this happened yesterday.
People, it's like a little bit afraid because they working for many times here, and yeah.
So again, we're hearing that fear. All of this is happening as we're hearing about hundreds of arrests from ICE. That was the number we got yesterday, over 500 happening around the nation in different cities. All of it coming down to that big promise of mass deportations. Now, we haven't seen those mass deportations materialize yet, but what we're seeing is a crackdown on immigration. And what we heard from the federal government is that this administration will be starting with criminals first. However, we've also heard the border czars say specifically, look, anybody who's in the country unauthorized, if you come in contact with a federal agent, you are subject to the law of what is the law of the land now, and you're subject essentially to deportation. You're subject essentially to being detained. And of course, as we're hearing reports of Americans, including that military veteran, essentially be caught up in the targeting, if you want to call it that, the initial targeting, though, because again, we expect more to unravel as we see the administration carry out what the president promised before he was elected. So this is what we're seeing happening right now. We've seen, for example, similar raids in Miami. We've seen raids in Atlanta. We've seen raids in Seattle, in Boston. We heard federal agents took several people into custody, including an MS-13 gang member. Bianca.
All right, Stephanie, thank you for the update on that. Appreciate it.